Hello dear ones, it's Maria with you. Today I'm gonna talk about superhumans and the hidden secret knowledge. Were the Lemurians and Atlanteans superhumans comparing to us? Was there any superhumans in our history? Do we have the ability to become a superhuman? Like a superhero? To answer those questions, just stay with me and I will show a presentation to you guys. I already have people from 33 countries watching my videos. I would be very happy if you type the country you live when you're watching this video, so I can have an idea which countries watch each language. Also, if you are not subscribed yet, hit the dislike button and also leave your like if you haven't done so. So, superhumans and the hidden secret knowledge. Here you have the Lemurians, the Atlanteans, Jesus was a superhuman. Babaji, not many people knows, he's more like from India, he's from India. Saint Germain and Ismael Perez, at least not yet, I don't think he is a superhuman. But many of the information I will talk about today, I got from his book, or I confirmed from his book. So I just wanted to give him the credits for that. So what would make some humans like superheroes? The blueprint of the human beings were 12 strands of DNAs. I created another video where I explained the origin of our DNA. So I'm gonna put this video in the description, the link for this video in the description. So I'm not going too much, but we have at least 12 strands of DNA. And all the people from Lemurian, from Atlantean, from the old civilization, the civilization of Rama, the Mayans, they all had 12 strands of DNA. And they all have super abilities that we don't have today. For them, it wasn't like a superhuman because everybody had, so for them it was just normal. And then what happened? The Iberians came to Earth to mine gold. They didn't want to mine the gold themselves because it was a very hard job. And of course, they would not be able to enslave none of the races on Earth at this time. So what they did, they created a race using our 12 strands of DNA and something else. But they knew if they had those 12 strands of DNA, they would not be able to enslave them. They were not able to extract part of them. Instead of that, they damaged 10 of them. They disconnected 10 strands of DNA and left only 2 that was responsible for the basic survival. And just to make sure we are not really, they would allow themselves to be enslaved, they added the protein of the primates of the Africa. So the primates, if you have the HR blood positive, that means you have the protein of the monkeys. We didn't come from monkeys, but our DNA was tampered with. So nowadays we have 87% of the population has the HR positive. That's mean we are descendant of that human race. And then you say, oh, that's too bad, my DNA is damaged, I'll never be a superhuman. Not quite so. Remember, they were not able to extract, they just disconnect. And the way the DNA works is connected to spirit. So the spirit, through their power, the will of power, the power of will and thought, they can reconnect the DNAs. And that's what we have been doing. And that's also what they were doing in the time of the Babel Tower. But I'm going to tell that story later. So, and how about the other 13%? I already made a video about that too. I'll put in the description of this video. The other 13% were the descendants of Ismael and Enki. Being the Ismael, the people that are connected to the light, the people that works for the good of humankind. And they are the descendants. I made another video explaining about the descendants of Ismael, the ancestors of Jesus. So they were the one that has the HR negative. Their DNA were not tempered. And the other part, the ones that are connected with the New World Order and the Bilderberg group, they are the ones that are descended from Enki. And they don't have the human beings as their best interest of heart. So the Lemurians, all the old civilizations, they knew how to connect to their true power. They knew, and the true power actually is when you connect to spirit, you, as closer as you get to God, to source, to the part of you that is still with God, to your higher self, your monad, there are many names for that, your crystal, your Christ consciousness, as closer as you get to that, more connected you get to that, more your DNAs get activated and more power you have. I will explain those kind of powers later. So the Lemurians and the Atlanteans, all the old civilizations, they have those, they have some procedures, they have some, that knowledge was storage in many types of things. For example, they were stored in crystal, in papyrus, they were wrote in stones. So they had those knowledges written down or stored in many ways. But was really important that that information would not fall into the hands of people that would use to destroy the humankind. So throughout the history there was many secret societies that would preserve those knowledge, keep them hidden to protect them, make sure that this knowledge will not fall in the hands of the bad guys, but at the same time they would keep the knowledge alive. They would be passing from generation by generation. They would get initiated on those knowledge. So throughout the history, since the time of Lemuria and Atlantis, we always had humans, especially the ones that were descendant of Leo, that still have all the DNAs. They will not damage DNA. Our science say junk DNA, but of course it's not junk. So They always had those superpowers. Telepathy, defeat gravity. I'll go on those a little later. So those are the superpowers. Telepathy. What is telepathy? Telepathy is the power of speak without words. The communication through thoughts. So that's telepathy. Some people right now are able to do that already. Some started getting this ability back. Another one is defeat gravity. Just float or even fly. Teletransport. Transfer their body structure from one place to another. That can be done with only with the power of mind. Many races that are of extraterrestrials, they have some tools, some techniques to do that, especially when you are doing with humans. Bilocate is the power to manifest another physical body somewhere else and interact with people there. Your mind is kind of split and goes there too. Manipulate matter, make a stone levitate, and manipulate matter. Instantaneous manifestation. You can just from nowhere make a flower appear or a bread, like Jesus made with the bread, where he fed the 5,000. And instant healing. Remote view, you just send your mind somewhere and you see, you know what's going on. You just send your mind, you see things with your third eye. You physically remain in the same place, but you send your consciousness somewhere else with the intention of see what's going on there, and then you know what's going on there. Astral travel, you go with your astral body, you travel with your astral body. Interdimensional travel, that can be done with your astral body or also with the physical body, but the physical body is a little harder. Ascend to the higher dimensions with the physical body. That happened with many people in history, especially people from India, the ones from the Himalayas, the ones that they call saints over there. But the ones we know, like Buddha, Jesus, Enoch, Elijah, and Saint Germain, many others. Immortality. Many, they have the ability, they don't die. But for them not to die, they need to rise their body from a carbon-based DNA to a crystalline-based DNA. And then by doing that, they get immortality. For example, you still have people from the time of Atlantis and Lemuria living on the inner earth, and they are thousands and thousands of years. So that's something that really exists. Master of the law of physics. That's kind of manipulate matter, but in a really high level, that there is no more secret for you. You can manipulate matter, but then you learn to make a stone levitate. That's okay. But to really master all the laws of physics, Jesus was able to do that after his enlightenment, and many other abilities. So now, who were the superhumans? As I told you, the Lemurians, the Atlanteans, the people from Rama, the Mayans, the civilization U, they all had the 12 strands of DNA working perfectly, and they were in constant communication with their higher self, with their monad, with their Christ consciousness, with Source. So they had all the superpowers. And then Jesus came enlightened, but he kind of have to remember. So he had throughout, if you wonder what he was doing, from the age of 1 until the age of 30, he was learning he was remember all his powers, the powers that he has access to. He was being initiated in all those powers and mastering all of them. Those are the ascended masters. There are many others. Those are not the only ones, but you have Jesus, you have Babaji, you have Saint Germain. So that's what I would like to talk to you today. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Please do leave your like if you haven't done so, because that helps the algorithms to show this video for more people. And also, I thank you very much for everybody that's supporting the channel. If you feel in your heart that you want to do, it's completely voluntary. The link is in the description of this video, so also. And please, I'll be very happy if you just type the country, the name of the country you are watching this video. Much love and light to you, and see you next video.